Back to Mason Field we come as we're set to start game number 2 after a 12-3 win by Trinidad State in game number 1. This is all about pride for the Northeastern Plainsmen. They cannot make the postseason. It's the final 3 games of the 2025 season. As Maddie Klein steps into the circle as the starting pitcher for game number 2 for the Northeastern Plainsmen. And the first pitch is on the inside corner for Klein for strike number 1. Defensive changes for NJC. Ryan Urich will be behind the dish. She was at first in game 1. Ryan Mergelman will be the new player at first. As the 0-1 pitch to Abeda is off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. Everything else remains the same except for Keely Lanford in right field. Pop up on the left side of the infield on the 1-1, and Blake Duncan, the shortstop, camps and makes the catch for out number 1. Steele at second, Duncan at short, Hunt at third, Jercheski in left, and Lamas in center. Rounds out the batting order. Not a lot has changed for Trinidad State in the hitting order of things. Abeda, Kelly, Sanchez, Lucero, Salinas, Moreland, Sanchez, Mendez, Barella. Jacelyn Kelly steps in, and she lines one back up the middle with a single, so the single out to center after the pop-up will be a base runner for Trinidad State in the top of this first inning. Brought to you by Channel Seed, the enhanced Channel Seed brand, here to help our area farmers rise to the challenge. Mike Anderson, Mike Hettinger, or Channel.com to find the Seed Pro nearest to you. Plainsmen can still win the series, and I heard that as I walked down by the dugout. Can't make the postseason anymore. Even if you win these next 3, Trinidad State would still finish a game ahead of NJC. So the Region 9 tournament field is set. McCook, Trinidad, Otero, WNCC. A 1 pitch spins off onto the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. But I heard more than one player say to either a parent or a fellow student here at NJC or a teammate, we can still win this series. 0-2, ball popped up out to left field, and Jercheski camps and catches and makes the snare for out number 2. That being said, this is a tough second one after getting run ruled in the first game of a doubleheader, and the wind has picked up. It's now 26 miles an hour. Out of the southeast, we've reached almost 60 degrees today, but the wind has gone up almost 10 miles an hour since the start of game number 1 as Leah Lucero steps in. 2 homers, a double, and a walk to her credit in game number 1. 1-0 on the count to Lucero. Maddie Klein is in the circle for NJC after both sophomores pitched in game number 1 for the Northeastern Plainswomen. Klein for NJC is the freshman out of Windsor High School. 2-0 offering. Chip to the backstop, foul. 2 balls and 1 strikes. Klein has served as the 3rd pitcher in this mix this year with the 2 sophomores in front of her. That being said, this is the 20th appearance for her this year. Foul ball off on the 2-1. Bends out of play, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just her second start, though. She is 2-1 over 34 1/3 innings of work. Klein, 2-2 offering. Line shot out to right, and it dies down in. First to third goes Kelly on the single with 2 outs in the top of the first inning. And runners stand on the corners for Isabel Salinas. Salinas 1 hit in game number 1 today, going 1 for 3. 1 for 4. Popped up to Tatiana Hunt. And one that I neglected to note there. Breaking off the plate goes Klein's first offering. 1-0. These 2 same schools are playing baseball in Trinidad. Checked in. They apparently bumped up the start time. It was originally slated at 2. They've clearly started at 1 down there as NJC's up 8-0 in the 4th inning. I will pull up the stats as we go through to see if Braden Stuft has stolen the 2 bases necessary to set NJC's baseball record there. 1-1 pitch, fly out to center field, ends the top of the first. Couple hits, nobody across. NJC and Trinidad scoreless, middle of 1 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Blake Duncan to lead things off for NJC, scoreless, bottom of inning number 1. Danae Chevarria is the pitcher for this second game for Trinidad State. Nothing else has changed defensively for them. Barella behind the dish, Lucero at first, Sanchez at second, Salinas at third, and the other Sanchez at short. Kelly Abeda Moreland left to right in the outfield for the Northeastern Junior College Plainswomen. Duncan, Lamas, Hunt, Jurcheski, Steele, Bensavenga, Urich, Mergelman, and Klein are the batting 9 for NJC as the first pitch is a strike to Blake Duncan. The 0-1 pitch misses low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Duncan takes it in tight, 2 balls and a strike. Duncan a double and a single in the first game today. 2-1 offering. She hammers it down into left field, and the leadoff hit for the Northeastern Plainswomen kicks off the bottom of inning number 1. Mentioned Braden Stuft for NJC. On the baseball side, they now lead 8-2 in the 5th inning down in Trinidad. He does not have a stolen base. He has 36 steals this season, which is 1 shy of the program record set back in 2007. Bunt dropped down by Lamas in front of the plate. Throw down to first, legged out by Lamas. NJC's got a bunt single and a traditional single. They got a little something going in the bottom of inning number 1. Duncan stole her 26th base of her career here at NJC in the first game today and was moving on the play. It's Tatiana Hunt steps in. Hunt drove in a pair, a solo shot and a home run. Pitch into the dirt, and taking off is Duncan for third and Lamas for second. We'll see how the team scores that. All credit stolen bases as they were both moving before that ball went into the dirt. Chevarria up and away, 2 balls and no strikes. Ball into the dirt, blocked by Barella. 3 balls and no strikes. Chevarria finds the outside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike. Pitch delivered. Hunt on the 3-1. She waves. 3-2. Payoff pitch, Cheveria. Hunt rolls it foul into the on-deck circle and will do it again. The Northeastern Plains women will finish the 2025 regular season tomorrow at 11 a.m. We'll honor the sophomores following the doubleheader. 3-2 waved at by Hunt. She's down on strikes. That's the first out in the bottom of the first inning in this scoreless affair. That brings Kelsey Jercheski up. Jercheski with a hit in the first game today. Grounds one third past the diving glove of Salinas. Both runners home in Duncan and Lamas. Jercheski to second. The 2 RBI double puts the Plainsmen on the board first. They lead 2-0 with one away. First run of the game brought to you by Northeastern. It is not just college, it's Northeastern. Get yourself registered for the fall of 2025 as that process is underway now. Visit njc.edu for more information. That was the kind of early fire the Northeastern Plainsmen lacked in the first ball game today with Trinidad and the games against Otero last weekend and WNCC. Ground ball to third. Salinas dives, makes the catch, but off the hop, couldn't pop and throw it across. That will be an infield single. And Coach Suazo out for a visit to the circle because of the spot that Addison Steele hit that ball to. Jercheski could not advance, so runners are on first and second. But mention Plainswomen, tomorrow we honor the sophomores 11 a.m. That'll be after the doubleheader. So we'll have coverage on the Eastern Plains Sports Network and on NJC Athletics YouTube page. And then Thursday at 2 o'clock, the Plains men host WNCC. They go to WNCC next Friday. And then they host WNCC for Pack the Park next Saturday. First pitch up and away to Ben Savenga for ball number 1 with NJC leading 2-0. I know a lot of these softball girls will be out to be a part of the Pack the Park event. There's a kids camp that I believe starts at noon. Hamburgers, hot dogs from the Beef Boosters, 1-0 across, 1-1. And weather pending, although weather looks like it's pending well. Fireworks after next Saturday night's game out at Plainsman Park. Ground ball past first. Steele gets out of the way of it. Home comes Jercheski on the RBI knock, and on the throw in, everybody else moves up. So Ben Savenga makes it 3-0 NJC on the RBI single. Still with one away in the bottom of the first. And on the throw in,
up to bat for the Plainswomen, number 24.
Steele and Ben Savenga move up to second and third for Ryan Urich, the catcher in this game, who flares off foul, the first one she sees. Cheveria, the 0-1, up and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Like NJC and Trinidad softball, the baseball also carried serious postseason implications. As the 1-1 pitch was low for ball 2. Trinidad baseball, I believe, can only afford to lose 2 more games the rest of the way if they have a hope of getting into the postseason, and NJC being up 8-2 there. So Trinidad State softball eliminated NJC softball with the win earlier today as Urich takes ball 3 away. And now NJC baseball can return the favor down in Trinidad and essentially lock in the 2 for the Plainsmen in their postseason. 3-1 pitch up and away. Urich draws the walk, ball 4. Bases loaded, 1 out for Ryan Mergelman. Mergelman pinch hit
number 11,
and
Ryan
struck out
Mergelman.
in the first game today, getting the start at first here in game 2. Cheveria, pitch delivered. Mergelman watches it roll in for ball number 1. Cheveria, the 1-0. Away for ball 2. This is my 17th year inside Region 9, and I can't think of a situation like what we have in one single weekend as Mergelman hits a blip ball out to left. Easily home steal. Bensavenga on her horse. She trots in. 2 knocked in for the Northeastern Plainswomen. They now lead 5-0, and Coach Swaza is making a pitching change. But to continue on the thought, I can't think of a time where the same schools were playing in 2 different sports on the same weekend with the opportunity for each school to eliminate the other from the postseason. There's a lot of crazy things that have happened, but the fact that on this Saturday, April 26th, Trinidad softball can eliminate NJC from the postseason and NJC baseball can eliminate Trinidad from the postseason. That's just that is a unique situation in a region full of some really good programs. So the pitching change for the Trinidad State Trojans is brought to you by Sterling Health Foods. Still open, still in the business of your best health, and still making sure that you're healthy and can afford to be healthy with the rewards plan south of Sterling on Highway 6. Former Lamar Thunder player DeLorean Bellamy, the freshman, will step in to pitch for the Trinidad State Trojans. So Cheveria goes 2/3 of an inning. She throws 25 pitches, 5 runs all earned, responsible for the 2 on the base paths, 6 hits and 1 strikeout. Bellamy rolls the first one all the way to the backstop to Plainswoman pitcher Maddie Klein, and Urich and Mergelman will move up now to 2nd and 3rd. I was surprised to see Klein hitting for herself. Typically when she's pitched this year, it's been in a relief capacity, so she does not have very many chances at the dish. But that was due to the fact, as ball 2 is by away, that the Northeastern Plainswomen in the field have a player that's only been a part of the team for about the last couple weeks in Keely Lanford. Two-0 misses low, 3-0. It's DeLorean Bellamy. Deals the pitch. Offering at it was Klein on the bunt for strike 1. 5 across in the bottom of the first. Plainswoman only scored 3 total in the first game. They had 7 hits in the first game. They have 6 in the first inning of game 2. 3-1. Pitch delivered. Home run swing. Strike 2 contact from Klein. Takes the count full. Bellamy, the 3-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Down looking goes Klein. That was the 9th batter to the plate this inning. That means that Blake Duncan who led the inning off, gets to hit a second time with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Urich at 3rd, Mergelman at 2nd. First pitch to Duncan in tight for ball number 1. Blake stole a base, so that's 27 in her career in this inning. 2 shy of Brooke King's 29 for 4th on the all-time Plainswoman list. 1-0 pitch, bang to the backstop, foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Braden Stuffed for NJC baseball remains at 36, which is second most in Plainsman baseball history. Can tie the record with 1, break it with 2. Ball rolled into Duncan, 2 balls, 1 strike. Duncan doesn't have a chance to get all the way to first. Maddie Rule will hold that record maybe forever here at NJC. Was it Rule? She was in the 50s. Pop up toward the circle. Third baseman drops it in Salinas. So home on the play comes Urich on the error on the pop-up. That will be an E5. Runners on the corners, and Michaela Lamas, who has a bunt single in what is now a 6-0 game, will hit for a second time in this first inning. First one, Duncan takes off. She'll swipe second as ball 1 goes to Lamas away. That's 28 in Blake's career now. One-0. Ground ball back up the middle. Mergelman home. Duncan home. 2 RBI knock. 8-0 NJC. 2 away in the bottom of the first. NJC will keep it going to Tatiana Hunt, who was the first out in this inning on a strikeout to the starting pitcher. Bellamy in tight. Lamas takes off for second. Throw there in time, but Taryn Sanchez can't swipe the tank. So Lamas stealing second for NJC. 1 ball, no strikes to Tatiana Hunt with another in scoring position looking to add to it. Bellamy whips 1 off the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. .20 offering, hammered out to center field. Long run, not going to get there. Isabella Hunt knocks it to the fence. She heads to second with an RBI double. 9-0 NJC. The offense that wasn't in the first game is in this second for the Northeastern Plainswomen. And Kelsey Jercheski will get her second at-bat of this first inning, already owning a double in Game 2. Just stringing it together are the Northeastern Plainswomen offensively. You're not looking at big mashes or anything like that. It's just get contact to the right spot. Bellamy delivers the pitch. Hot shot, grounded to short. Sanchez up to first to end it. But the Northeastern Junior College Plainswomen plate 9 on 8 hits. They lead 9-0 to the second on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainswomen lead 9-0. Back to Mason Field for inning number 2. Brought to you by Carpet Comfort Center. Elegant flooring for every step of your life. Stop by in the Broadway Plaza Shopping Center in Sterling. Lexi Moreland, Marissa Sanchez, Talina Mendez due up in this second. Maddie Klein, who's been given a 9-run cushion to work with, has a 1-1 count to kick things off. Two schools playing down in Trinidad. Northeastern Plainsmen lead Trinidad 8-2 in the 6th as Lexi Moreland takes the 1-0 pitch and she drives it deep to left field. It's back and gone. So the home run for the Trinidad State Trojans gets them on the board. And after being cautioned in the first game, the Trojans are very careful to stand almost all the way back by the fence as she comes around and celebrates with her. So 9-1 is NJC's lead. As Marissa Sanchez steps in. Infield single, sac fly. She went 1 for 3 in the first game today with a run batted in. First pitch off the plate to Marissa Sanchez for ball number 1. Maddie Klein paints the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. 12-3 win in game number 1 for Trinidad State. Ended an 8-game losing streak as Klein loses a pitch in and hits Marissa Sanchez. So leadoff homer hit batsman behind her to Talina Mendez, who singled, doubled, reached on an error, and flew out to right in the first game today. Klein dishes the first pitch across for strike number 1. Plainsman baseball now leads 8-3. It got doubled off to end the top of the 6th, then gave up a solo shot to begin the bottom of the 6th down in Trinidad. Gavin Lamont's dealing on the mound. 1 ball, 1 strike. Klein drops one in at the shins of Mendez. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two 1 offering into the dirt. 3 balls and a strike. Able to work around traffic in the first inning, and strand 2 on was Maddie Klein. 3-1, ground ball to third. Hunt picks it up, guns it to second for 1 on to first. Won't be in time to turn around the horn on the double play. The fielder's choice does collect the first out of the ball game.
Number 13, Jaslyn Barella.
The catcher, Jaslyn Barella, will step in. She singled in 4 at-bats in the first game today. First pitch low for ball number 1. One and 0. Klein dances to the outside corner for strike number 1. Mendez, shallow lead off at first after the pitch is delivered as ball 2 sails away. This Trojan team, according to NJCAA stats, has not stolen a base this year. 2-1. Klein gets a swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That might be, of all the stats I've talked about, the most perplexing stat. 2-2 pitch, fly ball out to left. Jercheski in, makes the catch for the second out of the inning. 9-1 NJC, 2 away, back to the top of the order for Trinidad and Hannah Beta. Klein winds and fires. Abeta deals on a single out to left. So the homer in the inning. Now that single, the second hit in the inning, second inning in a row with 2 hits for Trinidad State. Jalen Kelly had the other of the hits in the first of the hits in the first inning. She hits a towering fly ball to center field that bangs all the way down to the fence. Mendez home, Abeta home. It's a 2 RBI double for the Trinidad State Trojans with 2 away in the top of inning number 2. And NJC's lead cut down to 9-3.
Number 14, Taryn Sanchez.
Taryn Sanchez, a fly out to left in the first inning. Klein is in search of that final out to get the Plainsman Bats back to the plate. First pitch in tight for ball number 1. Tumbling away, 2 balls, no strikes. That wind is ripping. It continues to get stronger and stronger. Consistently over 20 miles an hour. Ground ball gets its way out to center field on the 2-0, and this turns into another Trojan run, a 4 spot in the second with the RBI single.
Batting for the Trojans, number 9, Leah Lucero.
9-4 ball game now. And time called by Ryan Urich to have words with the freshman pitcher. Unique position for Ryan to be in because she pitched last year for NJC. So, while it may not be her position this year or even a position she was familiar with prior to last year, she does have the experience in that circle. Being the back end of that battery, it gives you a different bit you can work with there. Of course, you're dealing with the dangerous Leah Lucero, who fouls off the first one she sees. So far on this Saturday, Lucero is 4 for 4. She has 2 home runs, a double, and a single. 5 runs batted in. She's drawn a walk. She hits a fly ball out to right field. It bangs off the base of the fence. Sanchez rounds third. She heads to the plate. It's the second double of the day for Lucero. And this is now a 9-5 ball game. Unlike the early stages of game number 1, runs are not at a premium in this second game. 14 runs on 15 hits between the two teams. Pop up behind the bag at second. Duncan over makes the catch and ends the inning, but not before Trinidad plates 5. It's 9-5 NJC, middle of 2 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainsmen lead 9-5 back to Mason Field. Bottom of inning number 2 of game number 2. Plainsmen's hopes of the postseason came to a close after a loss in game number 1, and their offense is pouring it on right now. But so is Trinidad. Addison Steele, Bill Bensavenga, and Ryan Urich. Steele and Bensavenga playing amateur meteorologists in the on-deck circle as DeLorean Bellamy was warming up. She dumps the first pitch low for ball number 1, trying to figure out which way the wind is blowing. Is it out? Is it in? Is it across? Pick a minute. It changes. Swing and a miss on the 1-0, and the count evens out at 1-1. It's out of the east at 24 miles an hour right now. It was out of the south-southeast at 26 at the start of the game. Ground ball back to the circle. Bellamy picks it up and tosses it on to first in time for the 1-3 put out. So out of the east would be a cross. Slightly out to left.
Isabella Bensavenga.
As Bensavenga, with a single to her credit, steps in. Was out towards center to start the game. She drives the ball back to center. And Bensavenga has her second hit of the day. A one-out single in the bottom of inning number 2. Bank of Colorado keeps banking simple with the loan you need. You can apply for it fully online or with one of the many people you know working at Bank of Colorado. Member FDIC.
Ryan Urich.
Bell Bensavenga is aboard. Ryan Urich steps in, and Urich hits a ground ball to first, gobbled up by Lucero. Tags the bag, 3 unassisted for the second out, but Bensavenga moves up. Ryan Mergelman will get a crack at the dish. She singled in her first at-bat of this game, too.
Number 11, Ryan Mergelman.
First pitch is waved out by Mergelman for strike number 1. Bellamy, the 0-1. Spins it off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 sails away for ball 2. Plainsmen baseballs to the 7th in Trinidad against the Trojans. 8-3 lead for NJC. High cheese swing and a miss on the 2-1. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 away, bottom of the second. And JC put up 9 in the first. They'd prefer to not have a bagel. 2-2, they will. Swing and a miss, ends it. Plainsmen leave a runner on in spite of a hit. They lead 9-5 through 2. Third next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Lexi Moreland, who led off inning number 2 with a homer for Trinidad State, kicks off inning number 3. 9-5 NJC is it's Morlin Sanchez Mendez. First pitch for a strike to Lexi Moreland. Maddie Klein, third inning of work. Gets one whipped foul. No balls, 2 strikes. 5 runs, 7 hits, an error, and 3 left on for Trinidad through the first 2. 9 runs, 9 hits, no errors, and 2 left on for NJC. Klein up and away for ball 1 on the 0-2. Plainsman baseball 3 outs away from adding another win to their region tally. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss from Klein. Gets out number 1 in the top of the 3rd. Chief is on to close it for the Plainsman. Evan Gale with NJC up 8-3. It's actually not a save situation. But if the Plainsmen can get 2 this weekend in Trinidad, as long as WNCC doesn't sweep this weekend, I believe NJC would have second place locked in the Region 9 baseball standings and an opening round bye in the tournament. A 1 pitch to Sanchez is drilled out to left, so it's a knock, the 8th of the ball game for the Trinidad State Trojans with 1 out in the top of the 3rd. 4 of the teams get into the postseason in softball. Of course, that might change next year with Southeast and North Platte both going Division I. That'll give the region good group of teams as the first pitch to Melendez is drilled out to center field, deep back, gone. Second home run of the game for the Trinidad State Trojans, and they're back to within 2, 9-7. So the Plainsmen spotted 9 in the first. They gave back 5 in the second and 2 in the third.
Batting for the Trojans, number 13, Jaslyn Varela.
For this Region 9 of softball with North Platte and Trinidad, or North Platte and Southeast coming up. I believe that is 9 teams inside this region now. Of course, they've always been a part of Region 9, but not Division I institutions. Plainsmen finished it off 8-3. They just finished Trinidad in the first game in baseball. It's the 1-0 pitch is off the plate for ball 2. Southeast baseball has always been Division I. Not always, but for the last half decade or so. Maybe a little bit more. Ball into the dirt on the 2-0, 3-0. There is no North Platte baseball. So no effect on the baseball side. Volleyball adds 2 more teams to the mix. Same with basketball on the women's side. It's the 3-0 pitch off the plate, ball 4, and Barella draws the 1-out walk. Men's side, North Platte was always Division I, so now the women will just be the also Division I, and Southeast will be there as well. And it's going to make Region 9 already a wide-ranging and rugged region even more so. So the first pitch to Hannah Beta is rolled off foul for strike 1. Getting back toward the number of teams we had better than a decade ago when you had Miles and Dawson and Little Bighorn in tied on the 0-1, 1 ball and 1 strike. But it's also nice to see that expansion coming in the other sports, in softball here. A lot of that just used to be basketball. Now it's across all sports. Fly ball out to center field. This one carries all the way to the fence on the 1-1. Quick throw in. A double for Hannah Beta, and the tying run for Trinidad State now stands at second. You get up 9-0. It's not very often that you will see the tying run get on, let alone get on less than 2 innings later. The visit to the circle has come in here. And everything's a teachable opportunity, right? I mean, especially with the freshman in the circle and Maddie Klein. I talk about this with the baseball team all the time with 30 freshmen on that roster.
Batting for the Trojans, number 10, Jalen Kelly.
Yes, you're trying to win the game in front of you, but it's also an opportunity of, okay, what can I hearken on later at some point in my career, whatever that may be, after experiencing it here as Jalen Kelly steps in and she fouls back the first one. Providing yourself an opportunity to learn things, unlike the legendary one who's now a Cleveland Brown and the 5th quarterback in the room. He didn't clearly learn his lesson. Klein delivers the pitch. Fly ball off. 0-2. Two pitch off the plate. Good job by Kelly to hold back. Klein started that one perfectly across the edge, and it tumbled away. Pitch up and in, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And if you've listened to the last 17 years of me covering, you know the message of teaching and learning and growing and developing is one I've always harped on strongly. Great location. Klein just missed off the plate. Urich couldn't get the frame to get that strikeout. Klein. 3-2. Ball drilled out into the gap in right center field, and this ties the ball game. Looking for 3 is Kelly. She will dig it there with a bases-clearing triple. And after NJC scored 9 in the first, Trinidad has scored 5 in the second, 4 here in the third, and tied the ball game at 9. Still with 1 away to Terrence Sanchez. Klein dips 1 in at the knees for strike number 1. Called inside corner, 0-2. And right there, I mean, this mental change for Klein. She gave up that triple, tied the ball game, and just buckled down and went right back at it. Hot shot, hit, foul. Count remains 0-2. Got to get your Ben Scully on at least one time a game and hope you don't butcher it. Oh, 2, 1 away. Klein whips 1 in, banged off foul by Sanchez, and we'll do it again. Oh, 1-2. Pitch up the ladder. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's actually a good pitch from Klein. She just released it a tick late. 1-2. Sails 1 off the plate, 2-2. I don't mind going up the ladder on this Trinidad team. 2 of Reagan Feringer's 3 strikeouts in the first game were on pitches up in the zone. 2-2, hopped in and off of Urich behind the plate, and the throw back not in time. So ball 3 is a passed ball that scores a run. It's now 10-9 Trinidad State. 1 away, bases empty, top of the third, and Terrence Sanchez is 1 ball. Having an opportunity to continue the havoc on the base paths. Klein winds and fires. Ground ball finds its way out into right field with a single. So the 12th hit of the game will bring Leah Lucero up. A single and a double to her credit in this contest. Lucero's driven in
Batting for
one.
the Trojans, number 9,
6
Leah
on the
Lucero.
day with 5 hits and 5 plate at-bats and 6 on base and 6. Make it 7 and 7 with a single out to center. And the Northeastern Plainswomen will have to tangle with Isabel Salinas. You saw both Faringer and Bowie in the first game today. Bowie didn't throw much. So if there is a pitching change, I would expect to see Bowie. Reagan Faringer threw more than 110 pitches. Not that Reagan is, limited on any sort of pitch count ever in her life. 1-0 away for ball 2. There was a game in high school. Reagan threw like 155 pitches. 2-0. Running high, 3-0. Klein drops it in at the knees to Salinas, 3-1. 3-1 offering. Ground ball back up the middle. Knocked down by Klein in the circle. She'll make the throw to first to get the out. 1-3 runners move up. That's the second out in this top of the third inning.
Batting for the Trojans, number 8.
To Lexi Moreland. Moreland, who kicked off last inning with a home run, kicked off this inning with a strikeout. Her third at bat in as many innings. Klein. First pitch to her on the outside corner for strike number 1. Second one, she hits a fly ball out to center field. Camping and catching is Lamas to end it, but Trinidad has taken the lead with another 5 spot. It's 10-9 Trinidad, middle of 3 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Northeastern Junior College Plainswomen find themselves down 10-9 now as we head to the bottom of inning number 3, brought to you by Better Electric, covering all your electrical work, residential, commercial, agricultural. Better does matter. 970-521-1030. Plainswomen
number 20, Maddie Klein.
will lead off with Maddie Klein in this third. Second inning started by Bellamy after coming on in relief in the first. Plainswomen put up 9 runs in inning number 1, driving the starting pitcher from the ball game after just a third of an inning of work. Bellamy is at an inning and 2/3. 1-0 Klein, swing and a miss, 1 ball and 1 strike. Bellamy has struck out 2, given up 3 hits, and 2 runs, neither of which are earned in this ball game. 1-1 on the outside corner, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wind is a factor for the Northeastern Plainswomen, and the Trinidad State Trojan continues to rip at better than 20 miles an hour now out of the due east, as the 1-2, tumbles off the plate, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two, waved at, and down on strikes goes Klein for the first out in the bottom of the third inning. Back to the top of the order, and Blake Duncan. It's the first pitch to Duncan, grounded over too short, scooped up by Sanchez. Just got to first in time to get the speedy Blake Duncan on the 6-3 put out in the second out of the inning. Kayla Lamas, 2 singles to her credit, with 2 away in the bottom of the third. First pitch hops in for ball 1. Bellamy delivers the pitch off the plate for ball 2. Called strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Nine in the first for NJC, only 1 hit since. 2-1. They're sat down in order in the third. Pop up to Sanchez at second. Plainsmen trail 10-9. We head to inning number 4 next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back to Mason Field. Top of inning number 4 we come. Game 2 on this Saturday. Northeastern Plainsman softball trails Trinidad State 10-9. Coons Pump-A-Wall Supply doesn't want you waiting till the last minute. Solve our irrigation, well, and watering problems. 970-522-2035. Marissa Sanchez, Talina Melendez, and Jacelyn Barella due up in this fourth as Maddie Klein. First pitch off the plate, second popped up. Foul territory, third base side. Tatiana Hunt makes the catch on the pop-up for out number 1. 10 runs, 13 hits, an error, and 5 left on for Trinidad. 9 runs, 9 hits, no errors, and 2 left aboard for the Plainsmen. Klein off the plate to Mendez for ball number 1. Mendez homered her last time up. Klein, second one. Mendez, ground ball foul. Third base side. 1 ball and 1 strike. $11 a.m. start tomorrow. Doubleheader here at Mason Field. We could see the 80s for weather tomorrow. 1-1. Hopped in for ball 2. High forecast for tomorrow is 79 on one weather app, 81 on the other. 2-1 pitch, misses 3-1. See wind not quite as strong as what we're seeing right now, but it will be moderately windy tomorrow as the 3-1 pitch is across for a strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away in the top of the 4th. Klein winds, fires, ground ball to short. Duncan picks it up, flings it across the diamond in time for the 6-3 putout and out number 2.
Batting for the Trojans.
That brings Jaislyn Barella up. The catcher for the Trojans walked her last time up. First pitch runs right across the zone for strike number 1. Plainsmen were sat down in order in the 3rd inning. Klein trying to do the same thing here in the top of the 4th. Dances it onto the inside corner, quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 offering, 2 hopper over to second, Steele up, tosses to first. 4-3 put out, 1-2-3 we waltz through the top of the 4th. See if the Plainsmen Bats can get going. Bottom 4th next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Northeastern Plainsmen Bats to the plate. Bottom of inning number 4, trailing Trinidad State 10-9. Farm Bureau Insurance and Agent Melinda Hutt have your life, home, auto, and farm and ranch insurance needs handled. 970-526-0202. Tatiana Hunt, Kelsey Jerweski, and Addison Steele due up in this 4th inning. First pitch, Hunt hits a towering fly ball out to left center field. Giddy up and get on out. She ties the ball game at 10 with a solo shot to center field for the Northeastern Plainswomen. Tatiana Hunt going yard for the 2nd time today. She went homer in game number 1 and goes homer in game number 2, and we're tied at 10. 10 hits for those 10 runs for NJC. And the homer ball has been tossed back by one of the many fans in the outfield.
Batting for your Plainsmen, number 13, Kelsey Jercheski.
Jercheski, a double and a ground out to her credit in the 2nd game this afternoon. First pitch, she checks and watches it by low for ball 1. Might have been wind aided, but I think that ball from Tatiana Hunt was out of here even without the wind to center field. As the 1-0 pitch is up and away, 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the question. Nobody out, bottom of the 4th. We already have 20 combined runs. Is even 15 going to be enough to win this game, given the way the offense has exploded? 1-1 in on the feet. 2-0 in on the feet, 3-0. Bellamy, nearly 50 pitches in relief, dances onto the outside corner, 3 balls, 1 strike.
see what you mean. I'm seeing what you're seeing.
3-1, ball hammered. It finds its way to center field. Jerdweski with a single following the home run. Jurczewski stands at first for Addison Steele, who has an infield single and a ground out to her credit. Steele, like Farringer, who we saw pitch in game one, has grown up literally on this Mason field. Offers at the first one for strike number one. She's probably played softball on this field. I can't speak for sure, but probably since she could walk, just about. 0-1, bunt offer, broke the plane of the plate again. 0-2 for Steele. You spend your summers in Sterling, especially in the month of June. You drive by on any night past the Mason Field and the surrounding fields here, and you'll see a bunch of hopeful future Plainswomen just learning this sport. Swing and a miss on the 0-2. Steele's down on strikes for the first out in the bottom of the fourth inning. Two singles for Belle Bensavenga, who now sets in. In a 10-10 ball game. Taking off is Jurczewski, and she swipes second. So Jurczewski with the stolen base. Plainswomen, who hadn't done a lot of running in Region 9 play, have the last couple weekends pulled away. 2 balls, no strikes to Belle Bensavenga. The runner in scoring position. Home run by Tatiana Hunt, NJC's first run since the first inning to tie us at 10 in this bottom of the fourth. 2 balls, 1 strike with a strike across the zone. Bellamy winds, fires, ball belted to the backstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bensavenga's 2 singles came in 2 strike counts earlier in this game. She pokes one off foul toward Ryan Urich, standing in that on-deck circle. Two and two once again. Bellamy winds, fires. Bensavenga grounds it back to the circle. Toss on to first in time, but Jurczewski moving, heads to third on the 1-3 putout. Puts the go-ahead run 1 bag away for Ryan Urich. Walk and a ground out to first to her credit in this second game this afternoon. First pitch, huge swing and a miss for strike 1. Oh, 1 up and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 hops in for ball 2 to Urich.
Let's go, Ryan.
2-1. Bellamy up and away, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike for Bellamy. Delivers the pitch. Bouncer snared in the circle by Bellamy. Tosses it on to first to end it, but NJC gets a solo shot to tie us at 10. So we head to the 5th on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Head to the inning number 5. 10-10 is our score between Trinidad State and NJC. 10-10 KSIR, of course, has Eastern Plains Sports Today presented by Rudy's Tires. There's always a location close by. And if you can't get to them, they'll come visit you on the farm, rudy'stires.com, for more information. We've highlighted a lot of our local sports on Eastern Plains Sports Today. Maddie Klein back in the circle for a 5th inning of work. Belle Bensavenga was the one warming her up because as the designated player, Bensavenga is also the backup catcher. Urich had to get the gear on. Coached up Klein a little bit, and Klein gets a first pitch for a fly ball out to center field to kick things off in the 5th inning. You can talk about the importance of coaches, and I don't think there's any doubt that there's a high importance in the world of sports, especially non-professional sports, to having good coaching. But there's also something to be said about experienced players that are willing to share their wares with teammates. Sometimes a peer's voice is just as important as a coach's voice in more than one capacity. Jaislyn Kelly stepped to the plate. She hit a pop-up to center field that dropped for a single, so the 14th hit of the day for Trinidad State. As Taryn Sanchez steps in. 2 singles for Sanchez and a fly out to her credit. 1 away in the 5th. She pops one up. First base side over into foul territory to make the catch as Mergelman on the pop-up for the 2nd out in the top of inning number 5. That brings Leah Lucero up. Still yet to be retired today. Lucero has 6 hits and a walk in 7 plate appearances. She watches the first pitch by for strike number 1. 2 singles and a double in this 2nd game of the Saturday Twin Bill. Klein winds and fires. Home run swing. Strike 2 contact from Lucero. Oh, 2 pitch delivered, ground ball, finds its way through into left field. No home run necessary. It's another single, but on safely for an 8th time today is Leah Lucero with a 2-out single. First to third on the play went Jalen Kelly, so runners on the corners to Isabel Salinas. First pitch to Salinas. She hits a grounder to third. Hunt scoops it up and tosses it to first for the 5-3 putout to end the inning. Plainsmen keep the Trinidad State Trojans off the board for a 2nd inning in a row. We stay tied at 10 to the bottom of the 5th on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainswomen and Trojans tied at 10, bottom of inning number 5, back at Mason Field, brought to you by Premier Farm Credit for over 100 years, providing reliable and consistent credit to our area agricultural community, PremierACA.com. 8, 9, and 1, Mergelman, Klein, and Duncan
Batting for the
due
Plainswomen,
up.
number 11, Ryan Mergelman.
Bellamy continuing to pitch for Trinidad as she rolls the first one in tight for ball number 1. It always sounds at least moderately like a law firm when you use last names 3 times in a row, but Mergelman, Klein, and Duncan really does sound like a law firm. I don't believe any of them are studying law. Up and away goes the 1-0 for ball 2. Two-0 pitch. Mergelman knocks it to the backstop foul. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Let's go, Ryan. Get some here.
DeLorean Bellamy has pitched well since coming on in the middle of that first inning. A 9 spot for NJC. Swing and a miss for Mergelman on the 2-1. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two offering. Mergelman pops it up right side of the infield. Lucero over. She'll make the catch on the pop up for out number 1. Plainswoman will pinch hit for Maddie Klein here. You do have the 1 re-entry. Klein, who in her first 2 at-bats struck out, will be hit for by Reno Roberts. Over the last couple weeks, it's about a 250 hitter.
Batting for the Plainswomen, number 21.
She came up with a hit in the first
Roberts.
game today after coming in late in the game on the pitching change. First pitch to Roberts is low for ball number 1. Bellamy, 1-0, rolls it in for ball 2. Bellamy with the pitch. Roberts bangs it off foul. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bellamy 64 pitches in relief for the Trinidad State Trojans. 4 innings worth of work. 3 runs allowed, only 1 earned. 2-1 up and away, 3-1 to Roberts. Bellamy. The 3-1 foul tip between the wickets of both the catcher and the umpire, and takes the count 2 full. We saw a lot of full counts in the first game. This is just the 2nd full count seen by NJC, the 5th total between the 2 teams in this 2nd one. 3-2, knocked to the backstop foul. Count remains 3-2. Of course, NJC, with the big offensive explosion in the first inning, didn't have to be too terribly patient. They were feeling it right out of the gate. 3-2 once again, 1 away. Bellamy with the pitch. Ball popped up by Roberts out to left field. It's deep, it's back, it's gone! A pinch hit home run for Reno Roberts.
Solo home run by number 21.
And the
Reno
Plainswomen
Roberts.
take an 11-10 lead after giving up a 9-0 lead to trail 10-9 They go yard for a second inning in a row. It was Tatiana Hunt last inning. It was Raina Roberts this inning. And Blake Duncan set to come in, but I don't believe that she will be seeing DeLauren Bellamy, as Coach Suazo has emerged from the dugout for the Trinidad State Trojans. And DeLauren Bellamy is being lifted as the pitcher for the starting pitcher in game number 1 in Kelsey Grant. Grant went 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 9 strikeouts, 7 hits, and a walk. She threw 108 pitches in that game. And has an opportunity to come in and try and shut NJC down and take a Saturday sweep. It's all inconsequential in the Region 9 standings now, because WNCC is at 15 wins after yesterday's action. Even if Trinidad won this series in a sweep, you could only get to 14. You couldn't have even caught WNCC if WNCC had lost every game the rest of the way. So you knew if you were getting in, you were going in as the 4 seed if you were Trinidad. But like we talked about at the beginning of the game with NJC, a lot of the girls down in the dugout said, we can still win this series, even after losing the first game and knowing your season comes to a close this weekend. Well, Trinidad, same situation.
1, Blake Duncan.
Let's see what Duncan can do. Kelsey Grant, first pitch up and to the backstop for ball number 1. Duncan picked up 2 hits in game number 1 against Grant. She has a hit and has reached on an error in this second game. Grounded out her last time up. She pops up the pitch out to shallow center field, and it carries over Taryn Sanchez's head and down for another Blake Duncan knock. So Duncan picks up the hit. Maybe a shade wind. Sanchez couldn't retreat back. She tried to kind of catch that one over her shoulder instead of getting back and stepping in on the ball. So Michaela Lamas comes in, 2 singles for her. She drops a bunt. She's tagged going by Lucero. Duncan moves up. So 3 unassisted on the bump put out, but a runner now stands in scoring position to Tatiana Hunt, who has a double and a home run to her credit in this second game today. 2 homers across the doubleheader, including the one off Grant in game 1. She watches the first pitch by for strike 1. Oh, 1. Flare job right into the glove of Marissa Sanchez at second, but NJC takes the lead on a pinch hit home run from Raina Roberts, 11-10 to the 6th on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. (11-10) NJC. They lead over Trinidad as we head to the 6th. Maddie Klein back in the circle. looking for her third win of the year in just her second start. She's been a reliever for much of this year. Has a 2-1 record.
Moreland.
Her one loss actually came in her lone previous start last weekend against Otero. She'll face Lexi Moreland, Marissa Sanchez, Talina Mendez in this sixth as the first pitch is rolled foul by Moreland for strike number 1. I've been impressed with Klein. She gave up a ton of contact, and that's just who this NJC pitching staff is. A little too much meat on some of the contact, but that comes with a freshman making just her second career start. Like that one. Ball drilled out to center field. Beautiful read off the bat by Lamas. She lays out and makes the highlight grab in the gap in left center field for out number 1. I didn't think she had any chance of getting there.
Batting for the Trojans, number 6, Marissa Sanchez.
But she obviously didn't think that. Got the catch for out number 1. That brings Marissa Sanchez to the plate. Hit by a pitch. She's singled and flown out in foul territory. She takes ball number 1. Oh, 1 hops in, ball 2. Plainsmen do have an arm warming up in the fenced-off area behind their dugout that services as the bullpen. It is Reagan Faringer, who started game number 1. 2-0 offering, in tight, ball 3. One would presume Klein will be given the opportunity to throw this inning if she can keep it 11-10, but if it becomes a precarious spot, you turn to Faringer to potentially garner the save. 3-0. Runs in, 3-1. Klein, a 3-1. Ground ball to third. Hunt scoops it up, flings it across the diamond for the 5-3 put out, and the second out in the top of the 6th. So 2 away to Talina Mendez, who owns a home run to her credit this afternoon.
Batting for the Trojans, number 2, Talina Mendez.
Plainsmen baseball and the Trinidad State Trojans have just got underway in their second game. Fly ball to right. Lanford makes the catch. It squirts out of her glove, and she reached back and pull it in. So she gets the F9 put out. A lot more dramatics than there needed be, but it works for the out. 11-10 NJC, middle of 6 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Kelsey Jercheski.
Kelsey Jercheski to lead things off in the bottom of inning number 6 for NJC as the Plainsmen lead 11-10, and Jercheski a foul ball for strike number 1 to kick things off. Jercheski Steele Bensavenga to begin this 6th. An 11-10 NJC lead after a 9 spot in the first. They had to retake the lead with a pinch hit home run from Raina Roberts last inning. Jercheski swing and a miss on the 0-1, goes to 0-2. Mentioned Plainsman baseball underway. They scored 2 in the top of the first inning at Trinidad and lead 2-0 after winning the first game down there 8-3. 0-2, Jercheski line drive, hot right into the glove of Leah Lucero for the line drive out, and out number 1. That brings Addison Steele to the plate. Steele a strikeout her last time up. She's also hit an infield single and grounded out.
Number 9, Addison Steele.
Steele. First pitch, chips it to the backstop foul for strike number 1. She had a 2-hit game in game number 1, so not a terrible day for her, hitting around 500. Oh, 1 Grant, who came on last inning, drops it at the feet, 1 ball and 1 strike. Looks to me for NJC like Maddie Klein believes she's done. She'd been walking around behind the dugout. Pitch delivered. Steele lifts it off foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It would lead me to believe that Reagan Ferringer, who was warming up, will be tasked with the 7th inning for the Plainsmen after being hung with the loss in the first game today. 1-2, pitch delivered. Steele lines it down the right field side. It gets down into the corner. Steele trucking for 2. She's being given the go-around. Head for 3. It is a stand-up triple for Addison Steele. Beautifully placed ball down in that right field corner. And Steele across 3 bags, still with 1 out in the 6th. She stands a bag away from the 12th run and a little extra insurance that Belle Bensavenga will be tasked with trying to bring home.
5, Isabella Bensavenga.
First pitch to Bensavenga's off the plate for ball number 1. Steele gets the jump off at third as the ball gets off the glove of the catcher, and she scurries home on the pass ball. So ball 2 to Bensavenga. Steele comes home. It's now 12-10 NJC. That's the insurance you were so sorely looking for. Bensavenga watches the 2-0 in tight, 3-0. You saw and expected Tatiana Hunt to succeed in the first game today, and has with the home run in this second game as well. 4-pitch walk to Bensavenga puts her aboard. But Steele's the other one. Led the team in batting average coming in. Led the team in on-base percentage coming in. Gave herself an opportunity with that well-placed ball. She hadn't hit a ball all day that had left the infield. And she drills that triple down into the corner, comes home on the passed ball, and Bensavenga, who draws the walk, will be pinch run for in the bottom of the 6th. You know this Trojan team can put runs up. They put 5 up in 2 separate innings in this game alone. And for NJC, that is Haley Waldron. It is pinch running at first. She started game 1 as the flex player in right field, committed an error, and was immediately lifted. Now brought back in with Ryan Urich at the plate. 1 away, bottom 6, up 12-10. First pitch, she takes a rip at it for strike number 1. Chipped off foul on the 0-1. No balls, 2 strikes. Grant delivers the pitch. Urich swings and misses. She's down on strikes for out number 2 in the bottom of the 6th. And Ryan Part 2, Ryan Mergelman will step in. Mergelman,
number 11, Ryan
1 for
Mergelman.
3. She hit a single in that 9-run first inning. Since she struck out and flown out, takes strike 1 across. Second offering sails up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Grant delivers the pitch. Mergelman swings and misses 1-2. Plainsmen have scored a run again in this inning. Third straight inning with a single run. Mergelman pops it up, third base side. Foul territory. Wind blows it back fair. Waldron goes all the way to third on what will be a single. That pop up in foul territory, then tumbled back on in, and down on the play goes the ball. So Mergelman at first, Waldron at third, and the Plainswomen will pinch hit Mackenzie Bowie here. So it is the second time that Maddie Klein has been lifted, so she will officially be done. She was pinch hit for by Raina Roberts, who hit the home run last inning, and now is pinch hit for a second time by Mackenzie Bowie, who drilled a single in the first game today. First pitch in on the feet of Bowie for ball number 1. And Faringer is back warming up down in the fenced-off area by the Plainswomen dugout. 1-0, Grant with the pitch. Bowie with the swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. You can re-enter 1 time, whether you're run 4, as is the case with Waldron at third, or you're hit 4. 1-1 pitch waved out 1-2. Grant trying to keep this just a 2-run game. Foul tip to the backstop. She'll have to deliver another pitch. One and 2. Bottom 6, 12-10 NJC. Grant winds, fires, pitch in tight. Mergelman will take second with no throw, so 2 in scoring position. Ball down to the outfield makes this a 4-run game. Grant, 2-2 pitch. Bowie swing and a miss, and that's that. Plainsmen get 1. They lead by 2 to the 7th for a Saturday split on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Changes both ways as we come back for the 7th with NJC leading Trinidad 12-10. Reagan Faringer is a new pitcher for the Northeastern Junior College Plainswomen. She's in to try and secure what would be just her 3rd save of her career here at NJC. And Isabella Bruntz will pinch hit in the 9 hole. She pinch hit and hit a ground ball that was a fielder's choice in the first game today. She watches the first pitch by for strike number 1. Brent's hitting out of the 9-hole and back to the top of the order to the dangerous Trojans. Faringer garnered the loss in game 1 today. 0-1, grounder, no liner, right back to her, snared off the dirt by Reagan Faringer for out number 1. So Faringer picks up the out. As mentioned, she is looking for just her 3rd save. She has 20 wins, which is the 4th most in program history. She's thrown 28 complete games and 250 and a third innings over the last 2 seasons here at NJC. Looking to lock down the win for the Northeastern Plainswomen to salvage a Saturday split. After a strike 1 to Hannah Abeda, she misses in tight. 1 ball and 1 strike. The roller coaster that has been NJC softball. 9 spot in the first, then trailed 10-9 middle of 3. Flared up, foul, first base side and down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tied the ball game in the 4th, took the lead in the 5th, both on home runs, and then manufactured an insurance run in the 6th, thanks to a triple from Addison Steele. 1-2. Faringer winds, fires, bouncer first base side, scooped up by Mergelman. She tags the bag, and 2 quick outs for Reagan Faringer. 2 away to Jalen Kelly, who is 4 for 4 in the second game this afternoon. She has 2 singles, a double, and a triple to her credit after going 0 for 5 in the first game. Oh, pardon me, that's the wrong one. Jalen Kelly went 0 for 3 in the first game. First pitch off the plate to Kelly for ball 1. 2 outs, top 7, 12-10 NJC. Faringer. 1-0, winds and fires, paints the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Faringer, the 1-1, ground ball over to second. Steele picks it up, tosses it to first. 1-2-3, and the Plainswomen take the win, 12-10 in this ball game. Final line brought to you by Western Engineering Consultants. Big firm product, small firm relationships. WesternECI.com for more. 12 runs, 15 hits, no errors, and 6 left on for NJC. 10 runs, 15 hits, an error, and 7 left aboard for Trinidad State. The win for the Northeastern Plainswomen goes to Maddie Klein, who pitched 6 innings, and the save to Reagan Faringer. Plainswomen on the day had 4 different players with 2 runs batted in. Michaela Lamas, Tatiana Hunt, Kelsey Jurcheski, and Ryan Mergelman. Belle Bensavenga drove in a run as well. Multi-hit days from Mergelman, Bensavenga, Steele, Jurcheski, Hunt, Lamas, and Duncan. And they split this Saturday. They may have been eliminated from postseason contention, but they still have a chance to win the series with 2 more tomorrow. At 11 a.m., we invite you to come to Mason Field and join us on a Sunday. Plainswomen win Game 2, 12-10. I'm Ben Blecka. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network.